We ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, glowing up, but we still trapped. That's how a nigga survives. Flowing out, got the crowd packed. Yeah, that's how a nigga provides. Y'all insta this, y'all snap that, y'all diss this, and they snap back. Another mass shooting in the headlines. I'm like, damn, where that attack at? Cause y'all think this about race. They font that shit in your face. It's like every day it's the same agenda. It's really not that hard to trace. Fuck it, we might as well face it. Accept it, whatever it's wrapped in. There'll come a day when they run out of grace. So me and my niggas stay trapping. Yeah, ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Hey, someone be too who I wanted to be and then what I became. Ended up going my own way, but I couldn't stay in my lane. Now if I'm honest, I've taken a liking to wearing these chains. They hold me down, make it easier when I start feeling the pain. Out of the overflow, your heart, they say your mouth speaks. Well, my heart must be fucked up, cause I can't speak and I can't sleep. So I stay woke in this daydream. Got shit to do, got the world to see. Got the same crew, got some new fleets. This an empire, fucking boutique, that's real. I only say what I feel, got a new plate with the same meal. On a new hype with the same chill. Y'all too fake, I stay real. Got cast down from heaven, but I'm too good to stay in hell. I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like, oh well, oh well. Yeah, I keep writing like, oh well, oh well. Yeah. Hey, I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like, oh well, oh well. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Oh, Santa's coming.
Ho, 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 you lazy beesh.
No! I literally just flushed 5 times and it's clogged.
Number 1, a big gulp. Number 2, Pringles.
You are going to have diabetes eating this shit.
You better go, go, go to the fucking gym.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Form.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing. Testicles. Ooh. Welcome, everyone, to episode 24 Hundo and Cinco of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimcast, Sleevescast, and Slightcast in the realm. Because we're not flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busses, hustles, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everson K2 Flexing on all you be.
Fucking Kelly, It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Whew, I am out of breath because I was cold from the cold plunge, and I decided I was just going to like jump up and down during the intro and kind of warm up a little bit, and then I'm a little bit out of breath. Settle down, resting heart rate. Fam, welcome to the show. Happy Tuesday, December the 6th. It is episode 2405. Welcome to the Daily Swole. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, all that good shit. Check the show notes down below for all the links. We got a lot of stuff to get into. We are coming fresh off yesterday's accountability meeting, which was fire. So that's available now inside Swole TV. If you missed it, my goodness, round of applause to the Swole fan. That was fucking legit. That was legit. And Frosty Balls is like, I don't know why the Tainty Man is sleeping. He's chewing on his foot right now. He's getting a good foot chew. Very nice. Yeah, let's just watch him for a moment. Watch the Tainty Boy in action. What are you doing, dude? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you eating your foot? What the fuck is going on? Let's see. So yesterday's accountability meeting was fire, available now for members in Swole TV. That was great. Thank you to everyone that came up on stage. It was awesome. And we went over some new releases. So when we get into the tip today, we'll talk about the brand new apparel release. And of course, we have the announcement. We have our Swole Year Party, or Swole New Year Party coming up on the 29th, which is, God, rapidly approaching. That's 23 fucking days away. 23 days away. I can't believe I feel like we just had our Swole New Year Party last year. Let me actually bring that up on the screen too when we go into the tip. So we got a lot of stuff to get into. We got a great show. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into it and drop in the comments down below. What'd you smash today? And we'll flex that during the busting of the nut. Let's summon the Falcon and get today's party started. We don't have any church today. No church. She's with Mama Swolio right now. I know, but we do have the Tainty Man. We do have the Tainty Man. Who's like licking himself in all sorts of ways. All right, let's bust this nut open and get into the tip. Falcon. Yeah, put some respect on that shit. I present to thee, Swole Fam, the famous Tainty Magooch card. Indeed. Thank you, Leo, you raging alcoholic. Fam, don't be a beach, don't be a boosh, or you'll end up like Tainty Magooch, and you don't want to end up like a Tainty Magooch. So for those that might be new to the podcast, can we educate the noobs on what a Tainty Magooch is? Drop in the comments down below what you define a Tainty Magooch as. Now, this definition might change subtly. You might have a current example of someone in your life that's being a Tainty Magooch, but why don't you drop that definition in the comments down below while we get into that tip, shall we? Shall we, fam? Let's fucking do it. What is a Tainty Magooch? Here we go. Babe, just an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside. It's Tainty Tuesday. Don't be a fucking Tainty Magooch. All right, we talked about yesterday during the Swole Fam accountability meeting that on Thursday, December the 29th, we have our Swole Year release party. So we don't start a day early. We start a couple days early. So we welcome in the new year. We get started. We do it before everyone else. December 30th is fucking New Year. Happy New Year. We're over it. By the time the normies get to New Year's, we're already done. We're already a couple days into the new year. We're going to be a couple days into 2023, fucking crushing it. We get a head start. So if you've never been to a Swole Year release party, we release tons of content, tons of new content. And not only that, we have a great time recapping everything that we've accomplished in 2022. So we go over epic Swole fan posts, we go over transformations, we go over all the releases. We just hang out, and it's a great time. So Thursday, December the 29th, time to be announced. I think it's going to be at 5 or 6 o'clock. And that week, it's the same week that we are normally scheduled on Thursday to have our Swole Fam roundtable. So it'll take place of our roundtable that week. So it's perfect timing. Thursday, December the 29th. And I think it's going to be in the evening Eastern time. I think it's going to be at 5 or 6 p.m. So stay tuned for that. We'll hammer down those details in the next probably this week. I think it's like 5 or 6 p.m. Usually we have it at that time. All right. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be fucking lit. All right. Let's see what else we got. And we have like one other thing. We have a bunch of apparel that we have been promoting lately, obviously, but we have a new drop. Fam, how many of you saw yesterday's? Come on. How many of you saw the new drop? It's already available. It's been available over there, papasawyer.com. Let's get a drum roll. This is fucking fire.
What's in the box?
Brand new apparel. We got tanks. We got t-shirts. We got all sorts of shit. We got Buzz Swole Year to the fucking gym and beyond. Use code Daily Swole for 10% off. Let me zoom in. Look at that. Look at that beard. To the fucking gym and beyond. Look at those gains. Look at those fucking gains. Interplanetary gains. So check it out. Brand new drop over there on papaswolio.com. Buzz Swole Year to the fucking gym and beyond. Indeed. Go and check it out now. Let's see. British Bear, a tainty magooch, is someone who admits they eat rubbish food because they admit they're an emotional eater and choose not to do anything about it. Let's see. Tyler, a tainty magooch, is a fat, lazy bitch who doesn't want to change and continues to justify their bad habits. Oof.
Inconceivable!
Oof. Savage. And you could be a man bitch. That doesn't mean that it's automatically a female. You could be a man bitch too. Just like swole sluts. We have swole sluts in the Swole fam. You could be a man slut or a femme slut. Everyone's a swole slut. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get into the first Swole fam post. This one's lit. Let's get into it. It's from Amy.
What's in the box?
First post today from Amy. What up? Amy says, new snacks for my desk at work. Normally I get hungry when I'm bored or stressed. I used to snack on pumpkin seeds and popcorn. Definitely a healthier trade. And pumpkin seeds and popcorn are pretty shitty. She has some grass-fed beef jerky and some fresh medjool dates. I like that. Those are delicious. We buy those packets of Archer. We buy the beef jerky. We give those out. We make our own. Mama Soy just made a fresh batch, but we buy those Country Archer grass-fed beef jerky, little mini packs for trick-or-treaters for Halloween. And I love medjool dates. Those are fucking amazing. They're amazing. They're so good. And I don't like them when they pop out the seeds. I like the seeds. I like the seeds because it trains me to know that there's seeds in them. The worst thing that you can do with dates is get seeds, ones with seeds whole, and then get some that are pitted, because then you're going to break a tooth. If you think that there's no pit, and there is a pit, you're going to break your fucking face. So it's better just to get the whole ones all the time and just know, hey, I'm eating a date. There's a pit in there. That way you're always protective of the pit. You're always watching for the pit. If you mix it up and you think if you're used to not having pits, or you get used to that, like having pitted ones, and then you get a whole one, you're going to shatter your mouth. That's the worst. So just an idea. And just because they're pitted doesn't mean they're not going to have like a chunk of a pit. It's not 100%. So then you think like, hey, I'm not getting pits, and all of a sudden you're like, you just don't even think about it. And then the machine missed one or something. Derek, what up, D-Bone? Been a viewer of the Daily Swole for about a year since learning about it on TikTok. became an unlimited member last week. Fuck yeah, dude. Welcome officially. During COVID, I was 240 pounds and started drinking alcohol and late night binge eating, was tired of being overweight and feeling like shit. So I tried a bunch of bullshit fat burner supplements and hope I would lose weight without changing my bad habits. Found out they did nothing for me. Long story short, I started looking up old YouTube videos posted by Papa about eliminating processed carbs and sugars from my mouth hole and going to the fucking gym, and the rest has been history. Dropped down to about 180 and feeling so much better, and my confidence has went through the roof. Can't wait to start adding some muscle gaining tips from Swolenormous and take advantage of the yoga and brain gain classes. Also looking at more recipes for a grass-fed kind of diet. Fuck yeah, dude.
You switch the samples.
Let's fucking go. Derek's watching live. Look at that. Look at that transfo. On the left, you look like you're about to murder someone's whole family. And on the right, damn, dude. That's amazing. Good for you. 240 down to 180. That's 60 pounds. That's 60 pounds. Damn. Look at the difference there. Now, of course, in the two left ones, he's shirtless. On the right, you got a shirt on, but you can tell like the muscle definition in your face too. You lost additional weight. You have more definition. That's fucking amazing. That's amazing.
I give it
that's a 10 out of 10, bro.
A 10! A fucking 10!
That is a 10 out of 10. You know, we hear so many stories and you see everyone that's making excuses because of the lockdowns and COVID. And, you know, everyone had different situations, granted. But there are so many people that just gave up and trashed themselves and used that as an excuse. You know, straight up. But in the Swole fan, we've had so many people join because of COVID and the lockdowns and stuff like that. And because they got fat, because they gained a lot of weight, because they picked up a ton of bad habits during that. But we had a lot of people that joined and started crushing it. There are a lot of people out there and they don't get enough attention. They don't get enough attention because the overwhelming majority just continue to trash themselves more, as people would normally do. It's the weekend. Let me indulge because it's the weekend. It's like, motherfucker, you've been indulging every single night. It's just a different date on the calendar. You were fucking your face hole on Tuesday night. Like, what are you talking about? You stuffed your face with all these fried wings and fries when you went out to dinner. Oh, but it was protein. You know, people stuff their face with garbage every night and then think that they're letting loose on the weekends, right? But we had so many people join the Swole fam during 2020 and 2021 and continuing that realized I need to change my life. They took that as an opportunity to make massive changes because their world was massively changed. Things that they couldn't control in their environment, in their city, in their state, whatever it was, completely changed. So they decided, I am going to make radical change myself. It's very impressive. It's very impressive. And bottom line, no matter when you start, no matter where your starting point is, you have to remember, everyone has a different starting point. And where I am personally, or where Derek is in his journey, or where I am in my journey, we might be, it's like if we're playing a board game, we might be 40 or 50 spaces ahead of you. But it doesn't mean that you're able just to automatically skip ahead, right? There's no shortcuts. You just have to start. You have to start and use people in the Swole fam and use all these stories as inspiration to push forward, as inspiration to make those positive changes, because it just shows that it's possible. If Derek can do it, you can do it. I mean, how many people have felt the same way, right? How many people have felt, let's see, how many people drink alcohol and binge eat late at night? Millions. How many people are tired of being overweight and feeling like shit? Millions. Most people that do that they don't like feeling overweight and fat as shit. They don't like feeling like shit. They just are in the habit of making themselves feel like shit, and they're in the habit of feeling like shit. And when you get used to feeling like shit, it's like you get used to cold weather, you get used to hot weather. You just get used to your environment. You get used to feeling like shit. Feeling like shit becomes the new normal, and you don't know it any other way. If you felt like shit your entire fucking life, you don't know what it is like to feel like shit, because you always feel like shit. And you also don't know what it's like to feel great. You don't know what it's really like to take care of yourself and to really feel good. You don't have that perspective. So hopefully we can shake some people out of it. And hopefully some more people, watch this podcast or see this clip or see posts. And this is why it's important to share your story. It's not fat phobic. If you think before and after pictures are fat phobic,
go fuck yourself.
You're a huge fucking pussy and you're afraid of other people's success, you piece of shit. Right? Like, hopefully people see this and like, you know what? I can do it. If Derek can do it, I can do it. What's so different about Derek than me? The difference is he fucking did it. But it's also going to be inspiring that you can do it as well. And I did just get a notification. So congratulations, Derek. That's fucking amazing. I do want to remind you that on the text on the screen for this shirt, it says use code Daily Swole for 10% off. We actually have holiday merch specials. So on all the holiday merch on the collection, use code HOLIDAY for 15% off. So if you're a listener of the show, make sure if you're interested in getting holiday apparel, use code HOLIDAY for 15% off all the holiday collection. So go and check that out too. But Derek, fucking awesome. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Let's see. Eric says, I know COVID has been hard for people, but I took advantage of it and have been thriving at home. I was already working out at home, but it allowed me to really hold myself accountable. It's perspective. It's perspective. Nancy in the Telegram chat says, one of my friends fell off the workout wagon and feels like shit, and he's not going to the gym. It's annoying me. He's just down on himself, and I hope he goes back soon. He's made so much progress and he's losing his gains. Yeah, I mean, this is why when we look at the 7 pillars, this is why consistency is so important. So if you're focusing on the 7 pillars, you're focusing on consistency, then it doesn't matter how you feel. You could be down on yourself. Okay, well, you still have your checklist. In other words, the 7 pillars have to be as compulsory as brushing your teeth. And I make this joke, but it's pretty true. If you take a shit, drop in the comment. Well, I don't know. If you take a shit, is it optional to wipe your ass? I don't think so.
Matt Damon.
I don't think so. You take a shit is like, it's optional. I don't feel like wiping my ass today, right? I don't feel like wiping my ass today. I don't feel like reaching over there and going like this. And, of course, I don't feel like wiping my ass. Not a good choice. Not a good choice. Like, it's not an optional thing. You take a shit, you wipe your ass. You brush your teeth. Okay. Yeah, Alex, it sounds crusty. Yeah, wipe that shit butt. Wipe that shit butt. I don't think that's complicated. But when you think about it that way, okay, are you training today? Yes. Do you feel like it? Does it matter? Like, I don't feel like wiping my ass today. Treat it like that. Treat it like wiping your ass. Your sentiments about whether you feel like it doesn't really apply. It's like, well, I pooped. I'm going to wipe my butt. Maybe I get a lot. Maybe I don't get a lot, but I'm going to check. So that's what you do. You wipe your butt. Is it time to train today? That's being consistent. You eat the things that work best for you. You do your mobility. You do your training. You do A, B, and C, and that's how you're consistent. Whether or not you feel like it, it's irrelevant. So once you make it irrelevant, then you'll do it. You feel down yourself. I mean, look, I'm not happy. Like, oh, let's say Nancy's friend feels down on himself, but it's like, it doesn't fucking matter. Everyone feels down on themselves sometimes, right? You're not going to feel amazing if you eat properly, you get quality sleep, you get up early, you get sun on your face, you do all these things, you have a better chance of not feeling like shit and not feeling down on yourself. If you eat properly and take care of yourself, you have a better chance and you're more likely to feel good. But it doesn't mean you always feel good. But then if you don't feel good and you do what you're supposed to be doing and you start training and you execute and you do all the stuff, you're going to feel good again. It's going to come back. You just put yourself in a position to feel better more often. So like you feel down yourself. Honestly, it's like, it might not be, is it compassionate? It's like, doesn't fucking matter. You don't feel good. You feel down yourself. You feel, quote, depressed or whatever. Who fucking cares? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Oh, then don't work out today. Fine. Then don't take care of yourself because you don't feel good. You feel sad face. Fucking go to the gym. Go do it anyway. It'll bring you back. All right. Let's see. Holy shit. We got another. God fucking holy posts. We got one from James. James writes, "Hello, everyone. My name is Joe." Well, I'm confused now. It says James in the title. James Joe? Is Joe a short for James now? I don't know what's going on. You look like two different people here. What is happening? This is ridiculous. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Joe. I started a weight loss journey 5 years ago, and I'm now down 230 pounds.
Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
Oh, fuck. 433 pounds to 200 as of this morning. All my loss is self-taught and trial and error. Although I learned a lot, I also screwed up a lot. I still want to lose a bit more, but I am transitioning into my gains phase. One of the major problems I have is I depended on the scale to guide my progress. Now that I'm almost to my goal weight, I have been slacking off on going to the fucking gym.
Inconceivable!
Over the past 5 years, I have been up at 3 a.m. and on at the gym at 3:30 a.m. before work every day. Now I make excuses to stay my lazy ass in bed and not go, which makes me feel like shit. Looking forward to the accountability and the camaraderie as well as the education. Joe, fam, do you think we can get this man to the fucking gym? I think we can. You look like Hawaiian on the left. I'm looking through my glasses. Yo, I'm not buying that's the same person. I mean, if you're 433 pounds and you lose literally more than half your body weight, I don't think you can look like the same person. Like, there's no way you're going to be 430 and look remotely like you just look a completely different person. You also have a badass beard, so that helps tremendously. And I'm wondering, you know, when you said trial and error, you know, you screwed up a lot and stuff. I wonder how quickly, and maybe you could drop this, you know, and let us know how quickly you lost weight when you started growing the beard out. Because I have a feeling, you know, you grew the beard out and then the weight just started melting off. I could be wrong, but I mean, it's, you know, it's science.
60% of the time, it works every time. That doesn't make sense.
I think like the trial and error was like you just stopped shaving and you were like kind of, maybe you're getting depressed. Like, I'm just going to fucking let it go. And then you started just melting away. I mean, the beard helps. It plays and it helps tremendously. So anyone that's looking to, you know, build muscle and shred fat, just grow a beard. Grow a beard. You hear that, ladies? Grow a beard. Looking great, dude. Fucking unreal. Unreal. Let's see. Lacey says he's been going. He's in the Telegram chat. Good shit. Good shit. Getting this man to the fucking gym. I love it. Unreal. We got a lot of before and after pictures. We got a lot of flexing pictures. Holy shit. Jorge. Swole fam. God, what's going on today? This is a magical Tuesday. Jorge writes, "Hello fam, just joined and wanted to introduce myself. I'm born and raised in Argentina, mix of Jewish, Hispanic, and Ukrainian. Nicknames Viking, G.I. Jew, and JC. I'm gonna call you
Welche dicke Stickers hier sind das?
G.I. Jew. Yes. Yes. My relationship to fitness in general, it's been kind of weird throughout my life. In my teenage years, I reached the peak. Judo, let's see, basketball, rugby, swimming, and weights. That got me to my best weight at 21 years old, being 210 pounds. Then life happened, and I allowed myself to get comfortable in my own bullshit and excuses. After an injury, I hit rock bottom on July of this year at 307 pounds. I don't have pictures because I've been always really ashamed of my body, but here are my first ever shirtless pics so I can share this journey with you. Here's me today standing at 6 feet flat, 6 feet 0 inches, and 282 pounds. So you already lost 25 pounds. Playing rugby again and lifting goals to get down to 225 pounds by this time next year. That's reasonable. So let's cut the shit and make those gains happen. Dude, let's fucking go. Holy shit, man. Now look, let's look at this for a second. Now, Jorge, there's some people that are like overweight or fat and they don't have shape. Dude, you look like a bodybuilder under there. Can everyone see that? Your structure is, you have a real good structure. Like your bone structure, your shoulders, your traps. Dude, you keep on lifting heavy and eating right and doing it, you're going to be a fucking brick shithouse in like the next year. Yeah, you have really good like proportions for someone your size. Good for you, dude. 25 pounds already. 25 pounds from G.I. Jew. Best nickname ever. Excellent. Pew pew, G.I. Jew. Fantastic. Get after it. Everyone's making sick fucking gains today. All right, and last but not least, let's get a swole slut in here.
What's in the box?
We got Lauren in the house. Another flex picture. Lauren, hey fam, I was excited to reach a new PR today. I prefer to bench press with dumbbells because it allows for a more natural grip that's easier on my shoulders. However, it comes with the added stability challenges. For my last set today, I was able to complete 6 reps with 35-pound dumbbells. As soon as I can complete 8, I'm going for the 40 pounds. Swole slut indeed. Let's go.
He's on fire.
I love it. Lauren, 35 pounds for a female, that's legit. That's serious pressing. That's serious pressing. Good for you. Good for you. Fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. Good for you. Fam, let's get a round of applause for the Swole fam. Let's get a little golf clap. Absolutely. So if you want to join myself and the rest of the Swole fam, make sure you check us out, swolenormousx.com. Like I mentioned, we do have an amazing Swole New Year party coming up on the 29th. We have a roundtable coming up next week. We had a roundtable last week. We got a lot of stuff going on, but check out the links down below to join all these amazing people. Today was a real epic. We got a lot of pictures today. Great pictures. Amy crushing her beef jerky and date snacks. Lauren flexing up on them. G.I. Jew, Joe, Derek, everyone fucking crushing it. Love it. All right, let's get into some questions now. Hard to move on. How do you follow that up? Drop some questions in the comments, then we'll get into a couple balls deep posts. Hashtag AskPapaSwolio. So drop that in the comments down below. Let's take a call first, and then we'll get into any live questions that you have. First one's from Christian. You're live on the Sleazecast.
Yo. What's going on, Papa?
What's up, Ish?
I've been following you for a little minute, and I finally pulled the trigger probably like a week ago on joining the Swole fam.
Welcome.
So thank you. You got a lot of stuff in here.
That's what she said.
I'm excited to dive deep into it, but my question is, what are your thoughts on 75 hard and combining that with the elimination diet? Thank you.
So I'm not 100% on what that is. I know it's like 75 days of, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I don't know all the details, but it's like what, 75. It's like one of those, look, I'm going to say it. I just don't like the challenges. I think challenges are stupid. So it's like 75 days of what, 2 workouts a day. One has to be outside. You also have to read like 10 pages in a book or some shit. Or I don't like it. So you're asking my opinion. I'm going to give it to you. And this is not me like, oh, I'm shitting on it because it's something that's not mine, or I'm shitting on it because I shit on things. I shit on things I don't like. Don't forget to wipe, fam. We just talked about it. Please wipe your ass. Wipe your ass. I don't like it because it doesn't actually build any proper habits for the rest of your life. Like, you're not going to do 365 hard. You know, you're not going to do it past that. And if you do it past that, you're probably going to peter off. You're not going to maintain that forever. Positive Charisma says 2 45-minute workouts. One has to be outside, a gallon of water a day, 10 pages in a book. The gallon of water a day, 10 pages in a book, that's fucking easy. 2 45-minute workouts. One has to be outside. That's more challenging just because of climate or, you know, people's schedules and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, it sounds, yeah, I mean, if you're not exercising and you don't have anything going, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a huge habit change, but it doesn't formulate any long-term or sustainable habits. So I'm not a fan of it. And same thing, I'm not a fan of like 30-day this, 30-day challenge. These are all like bullshit things either to get people to sign up for something or you get some community going. It's like, rah, 30-day challenge. Well, what happens on day 31? Like 75, I don't give a fuck about 75 hard. I'm curious about 76 and 77 and 78 and 79 and 80 and 81 and 82 and 83 and 144. So, I mean, for me, I think it's more important if combine that with the elimination diet. I would recommend, since you just joined, I would recommend you starting one of the programs and getting consistent with your yoga and your mobility and doing one workout a day. Instead of struggling to figure out like, how am I going to get in another 45-minute workout? Focus on eating properly and getting quality sleep. And why don't you read 20 pages in a book instead of 10? You're like, oh, I got to read 10 pages in a book. And then you run outside. And I think it's more important for you to build proper habits every day for always rather than do some little sprint challenge. I'm not saying it's not going to be beneficial. Working out's great. Drinking water is great. And reading is great. Doesn't mean you have to smash them into a day every day and make it hard to overcome. Like it's not the proper way to build habits. Okay. We always like to refer to the book Atomic Habits as a great way, little small micro habits that build into massive changes. Same thing with the elimination diet, same thing with the 7 pillars. Like what you're trying to do is customize your life and build these proper habits that are going to last you a lifetime, not, a sprint that's going to go for 75 days and then leave you with this unsustainable situation. Cause like, what are you going to do? You're going to work out twice a day forever? No, nor should you. Then you go back to one a day. And it's just, people fall off these things all the time. So I'm not a big fan. It's a nice hashtag and it brings business and awareness. And there are worse challenges. Let me tell you, there's worse challenges. I mean, that's a fitness challenge. So it's like, but I'd rather you build, if you're doing the elimination diet, I'd rather you build those other habits, for every day rather than these little, that's why I don't like, I've had people mention it, oh, we should do a swole, we should do a challenge. You should be a swole fam challenge. And no, I don't like those things. I don't like that shit. Don't like the word challenge. I like challenges. I just don't like this short-term approach. I don't think it works for most people. I don't think it works. Does it work for some people? Sure. I do not think it works for most people. I think a lot of people hashtag it. They do a few days, they get discouraged, they fall off, they never get back on, or they do it and then boom, they crash right after, or they fall off and maybe they're consistent and maybe they keep continuing exercising, but that has nothing to do with nutrition. 75 hard. It has nothing to do with nutrition, has nothing to do with sleep, has nothing to do with, a lot of other aspects that are really important. Mobility, it's 2 workouts. I guess you could do yoga and stuff like that, but I mean, it's very arbitrary. Let's see here. Keith, did you see David Goggins' 9 rules? I did not. If you want to drop them in the comments. No, I did not. Is that a new thing he has, or is that something that he said before? All right. Scrolling up a little bit. Did I miss? Tainty Magooch. Nick, what'd you think of the Liver King's apology video? Dude was reading a script. Did you see his eyes moving? Like he was reading a script on the screen. I think it was overdone, overproduced. I think it was like well said, but he said too much. Like he should have just kept it short and sweet. I don't know what. I mean, it seemed like for people that aren't really paying attention or aren't really comprehensively challenged, they might be like, "Wow, it was awesome," but it was like a non-apology. It was like an apology, non-apology. Like you see his eyes moving. Like, why are you seriously reading off a script? Come on, man. Like the more I think about that situation, the more grotesque it is. the more I think about like, it's really bad. This is weird. And what's been happening after the fact has been really strange. Some people just don't know when to shut up. John, Papa Swole, I have recently received a pair of compression pants as a gift. Are the claim benefits wearing these things for leg training legit or just another marketing ploy? In terms of what? Like blood return or blood circulation or things like that? I don't know. I mean, I've worn compression pants before, but I think it's kind of like wearing knee sleeves, right? You kind of have like additional, like an external exoskeleton. So it depends on how you mean. It might help a little bit. I mean, if you wear compression pants, it's not like you're going to build massive muscles as opposed to not wearing compression pants. That's for sure. I'm not saying you think that, but it might help for some recovery stuff, but it kind of seems like a little bit more like you're wearing knee sleeves or something like that. Grizzly, how can we get Elon Musk to find your app for libtards? I don't know. That's a good question. Well, I haven't developed it yet. I need some venture capital. If you don't know, this is an app where we're actually going to crowdfund these woketards and actually pay them to not post online. I think that's a great, the next $1 billion idea. I think that'll rocket. That'll be bigger than TikTok and Facebook combined. So like everyone just puts in like, oh, hell yeah, here's $5. And then we send money to these idiots so they don't post online. We can call it tard funding. I don't know. Septum recycling. We'll figure it out. Save a septum. Save a septum? Yeah, he didn't tell the full truth on the apology video. Derek, do I think Paul Saladino is the real Liver King? Heard it on Joe Rogan's podcast. Well, I mean, for those that don't know, I think Paul Saladino says a lot of great shit. I think he's very knowledgeable. They're also in business together. And so they're both co-owners of Heart and Soil. So Paul Saladino had like known Liver King before, like for a few years. And I guess he brought up to him, Liver King brought up to Paul or something about creating a supplement. So I guess, it's probably the same supplements, the same sourcing, X, Y, and Z, different branding and stuff like that, to reach his audience and stuff like that. So Liver King tends to have those multiple supplement companies that kind of push the same product with different branding. So like his fittest thing, like I've looked into this kind of stuff. It's pretty much, it's the same shit with just different marketing. So it's like redundant, selling the same stuff in different ways. It's just like so it's like a sheep in a different clothes. It's a weird, so he'll have liver and beef and stuff like that. But then he has like the fittest and it's like heart and marrow. It's like the same shit with a different bottle. So there's definitely some, I'm not saying it's like sketchy practices, but it's just marketing. It's just marketing. It's not anything different than just a different bottle. So anyway, so there's like some connections there, but is he the real Liver King? I think people should be eating liver. I don't think royalty has anything to do with it. I think just eat liver for health and let's move on. British Bear, Liver King is a tainty magooch. Allison Chains, yeah, what the fuck was up with the quote, I did it because of the sad people that are depressed and suicidal? Yeah, he just talked too much. People, the more you say, the more you're going to say dumb shit. I say a lot of dumb shit. I'm okay with it, but I'm also not lying and trying to like grift people. So I say a lot of shit that's my opinion, and I don't even always agree with my opinion. I'll think back and I'm like, yeah, it might have been a little bit I'm like, I don't know. I change my mind whenever I feel like it. So it's different. But if you're saying the problem is, and here's the thing, no one was upset. Like we always talked, remember at the beginning, I was like, dude, this guy's juicing out of his fucking mind. We talked about it once in a while when people ask questions. He was obviously saucing out of his mind. It wasn't even a question. He had growth gut. It was so obvious to anyone that has eyes in the front of their head and lifts weights for a little bit. You know, this guy's on shit. I mean, if he was like, if you're like, yes, I follow the 9 ancestral tenets and I also shoot steroids in my asshole. Liver King out. Like if he said that, I don't think anyone would care because it was obvious. But when you blatantly lie, it's just a lot of people are going to be, and I think also it brings bad attention. It brings the opposite kind of attention to eating grass-fed beef and liver and heart and stuff like that because it's so good for you. It's so good for you. So the fact that he made it like a cartoon character, he literally made a meme of himself. It definitely brings negative connotations to this way of eating. Let's see here. Yeah, he's gonna. I mean, the thing is, it's not gonna affect any of his businesses. Like, that's not even a worry. John, never followed the Liver King. I've known from the beginning. Just looking at him, he's sauce as fuck. I have a slim few fitness peeps I follow, including, of course, Papa Swole. It's obvious. It's obvious. Let's see. Maddie, Papa Swole, do you eat liver every day or is it a few times a week? I usually eat it every day. Actually, because I have it frozen. I mean, I have like in chunks. We chop it up and refreeze it. I actually forgot the last day or so, but we had burgers that had liver in them the other day. So you don't have to have it every day. You don't have to. It depends on how much you have. So you can have a little bit every day. You can have like an ounce or two a day, or you can have, let's say you like to have liver and onions, or you like to make a dish. You could have that once or twice a week. You know what I mean? So it's not like, oh my God, I had 8 ounces of liver. I'm going to have vitamin A poisoning. That's not how it works. Like you're not going to have problems. But if you're eating like a pound of liver a day, everyone's going to be different, but you're going to have that limit where you're just having too much too frequently. So you don't need to have a ton of it. Just treat it like a multivitamin. Treat it like a multivitamin. And in my opinion, it's better to take those things consistently. So having like an ounce a day is no worry. So it's really up to you. But let's say you have like a little bit left in the container. You're like, oh, let me just finish that. It's like 3 or 4 ounces. Then you don't really need to have any for a few days. But it's not like. Okay, let's see. Lacey, I know real food is best, but I'm struggling a bit to hit my protein levels at the moment. I found a protein powder that's grass-fed, non-GMO. However, has sunflower lecithin. Is that a seed oil? Sunflower is seed. Lecithin, I think it was like an anticoagulant. I think they put those things like sunflower or soy lecithin. I think they put those in powders to keep them like segregated, right? To keep the granules from clumping and stuff like that. You could find that without. I don't know if you have access to raw dairy, Lacey. That's a great source. Depends on how you are with lactose, but also availability can be different. Grass-fed and grass-finished protein, whey isolate is going to be a good option, or grass-fed beef protein isolate is another good option. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of, I try to avoid that too. It's very hard when it comes to protein powders. It's very hard. Like you're going to see soy lecithin or sunflower lecithin in most things, but they do make them out there without it. It just might be like, you might see reviews where it's like, has issues clumping, doesn't mix well. It's like the whole fucking point of that product is that it doesn't have the shit that's going to keep it. And people are like, 3 stars. It's like, you're an idiot. Like people don't read shit and then buy it and like complain about the function of the reason why it's created. You ever see that on like Amazon reviews? I did this. You buy like magnesium or magnesium powder. Like I buy like the bulk supplement and you just like take and I measure it. And it tastes like, it's like fishy. It's gross. It's magnesium. It's supposed to smell. It doesn't smell good. And people are like, ew, it tastes bad, it smells bad. Then buy a capsule and stop being such a fucking pussy. Like, Jesus Christ, you're buying that to get the... It happens all the time. Like, that's the reason why you're buying the powder, because it's cheaper and you can customize it and you can use it in whatever way you want. I don't like the taste. It's like, then don't taste it. Get a fucking capsule, you idiot. Get a fucking capsule. 1 star. It tastes gross. Then buy a product that's pumping it full of sugar and like aspartame and like electric magnesium, electric unicorn jizz lemonade magnesium. Wow. Now it tastes really good. All right. I'm just fucking going off on this stupid. God, people are so stupid. Let's see. Nancy, is Papa Swolio's anal gel dropping at the year-end party? Let's not get ahead of yourself. I'm not going to give away all the releases. Some people are like, anal gel? Yes. All right, last question. Kim, you're on the Daily Swole.
Hello, Papa
Hello.
Swolio. I've been at the gym for quite some time now, and I still, for some reason, cannot get rid of my fat pouch. You know what I mean? The horrible thingy on the front lower abdomen.
Kangaroo.
I do abs. I work abs. I do crunches. I do all of that. But it still doesn't seem to go away. And I have been eating more because I'm going to the gym, and I think that that's the problem. But I don't know. So if you could give me any advice for working abs and what the best bloody thing is, that'd be fan-fucking-tastic. So, yeah. Thank you very much, Papa Swolio.
Oh, thank you, Kim. Good question. All right, so you got the little fat pouch in the front. So I'm going to say things that are probably less popular, but also, might take longer for you to overcome. I would first, just to make it easier for both of us, I would check out the book Estrogeneration. That's a great book. This is something that's a major issue, not just for men and testosterone levels and, fat storage, but I would say even more for women, because women often take birth control. So Kim, these are a couple things. I'm not a medical doctor. Talk to your doctor, who probably knows jack shit about it. But, take this information and do your own research. That birth control, that's one thing to look into. Things like plastics in your environment, shower curtains, perfumes, air fresheners, laundry detergents, dryer sheets, bedding, pillows, I don't know, fucking chapstick, all these things that are in your environment, all plastics. Like whether you're drinking water out of plastic, you better not be cooking or microwaving plastic or Teflon. All these things add up, and it's not like it's one thing. Like, oh my God, my perfume's making me fat. It's the perfume. It's the shampoos. It's the conditioners. It's the body lotions. It's the mouthwash. It's the laundry detergent. It's the air freshener. It's the Lysol spray. It's the blah, blah, blah. It's the boom, da boom, da boom. It's like literally, grains of sand. And then before you know it, you're under like 2 tons of fucking sand. It's a fucking boulder, and you suffocate. So it's not like it's one thing, but it's everything. And starting to work on those things can help you tremendously. So I don't know about those details. If you're on birth control, if you're on these other things, I'm not saying like you go off birth control and you're a fat pouch, but Mama Swolio, like her bloating, a lot of things get better. Eating organ meats, grass-fed beef, getting plenty of sleep, sauna, cold plunging, all those things are fantastic. Cold showers if you don't have access to one. So those are all good options. I would check out that book, Estrogeneration, like estrogen. And then it's a play on words. Estrogeneration, estrogen, oration. It's a great name for a book. And it goes through all the things that you should do. And like the top 10, it goes through like, if you want to be completely avoiding all these things, different levels of like how to approach, it gives you some like tactical approaches to those things. So that's what I would look into. And like I'm saying, I'm not saying that if you get off birth control that all of a sudden your stomach's gonna go away, but a lot of women, shocker, girls get put on this fucking shit, this absolute poison, when they're kids, when they're teenagers, because they have acne. Oh, let's just interrupt your hormones. Let's just fuck your hormones up. So what happens is hormones are literally chemical messengers in the system, in your body. And you have literally like lock and key. So you have like a receptor site that when that hormone comes along, it fits like a puzzle piece and then it affects a response. And what these estrogen or this hormone disruptors do, plastics, phthalates, parabens and such, is that they take up a place on that binding site and they take up a place on the binding site without the effect. So they pretty much block the hormones, the real hormones from doing what they should be doing. So it's like a mimicking. So in other words, they like fit like a lock and key, but it's like a forgery. That's one way to think about it. That very general way to picture it. Thank you for the question. Hopefully that helps.
That's deep.
Eric, do I have hair products you use listed? I don't use any hair products. I know it seems like I do, but I don't. And we have if you use like shampoo and conditioner, just look for like estrogenic free, look for phthalate free and, paraben free, all these important, like eventually there's going to be labels that just say estrogenic free. And some labels are starting to come around. Probably in the next 10, 15 years, you'll start seeing labels that say estrogenic free. But for now, they just say it individually. They'll say phthalate free. They'll say paraben free. No, what is it? Benzenes and it'll list all the things that it doesn't have. You want to get you have to do your research and see what you have access to or your stores that sell more quality products without like those kinds of like petrochemicals and stuff. But in terms of lotion, for example, like in terms of hair, like I'll put jojoba oil, like organic jojoba oil, and it's a seed oil, but you're not eating it. And it mimics, it's the oil that most closely mimics your natural skin oils. So jojoba, Jojoba, and you can get, we have that in the Amazon store, the organic jojoba oil, and you can get it on Amazon, and you can put that on your body, put that on your beard, put it on your face, put it in your hair. It's good shit. All right, running a little long. That's what she said.
because emotional damage.
And a reminder, over there at papasfolio.com, use code HOLIDAY for 15% off holiday merch. So holiday merch, all holiday merch is 15% off for a limited time. Use code HOLIDAY. And of course, we have Go to the Fucking Gym and Beyond, the brand new design, Buzz Swole Year. To the fucking gym and beyond. Grizzly, I can vouch for it. Makes me look shiny. Well, it's definitely good. It's definitely good. I got the jojoba oil from your Amazon store. Great stuff. Nice. I'm glad you enjoy it. It's good stuff. I love it. I love it. All right. Balls deep, shall we? Let's see here. Oh, I heard about that. Oh, this woman's so stupid. Oh, these are all dumb people. All right, let's do this one. Let's just start off with some fat phobia, shall we? Let's start off with some fat phobia. Let's start
Matt Damon.
Ground level Matt Damon. All right, this one's called What is Fat Phobia?
What's in the box?
Mayup.
What is fat phobia? If you're new around here, then you may not know what fat phobia is.
I'm new.
Or you may have never heard of the term. Well, my personal definition of fat phobia is
your personal definition. So what I'm going to make up is this.
Society's general discomfort, fear, and even hatred of people who are living in larger sized bodies.
People don't live in larger sized bodies. You're not like living in it. You're not like renting, like your lease is up. It's like you are creating your body. Okay. So
this discomfort, fear, and hatred towards people who are living.
Okay, can I just put a pause on that? That's a broad spectrum, right? Discomfort, fear, and hatred. Those are that's a broad spectrum.
In larger bodies can manifest itself in several ways. Anywhere from having a general negative attitude towards people living in larger bodies to showing implicit biases.
I'm going to drink every time she says larger bodies.
Outright discrimination and acting downright nasty.
Ooh.
Fat phobia is a direct manifestation of this culture's toxic beauty standards that are rooted out of Eurocentrism, patriarchy, and even racism. And if you want to learn more about that, a good book to read is called Fearing the Black.
Oh my God, fuck you. No, I'm cutting it off. Boo. That Fearing the Black Body shit. Oh my God. Just waiting for the racism. Get the fuck off my screen. Shut the fuck up.
What is the best move?
That's all the power I have.
Silence a woman.
That's all I have. It's like, you have the right to speak, but I have like, you know, I just have a play button and a stop button. So fuck that book. Fuck that book. And if you're new to the show, that comes up all the time. That's like the same thing as the 95 to 98% of all diets fail. It's like, 100% of square wheels don't roll well. Oh, thank you very much. Oh. Yeah, you don't make a wheel square because it don't roll well. All right. I think let's take a break from white supremacy because the next one we're going to end with has white supremacy. This one's titled Overweight Dogs. Overweight Dogs. I cannot wait. It's a response to a question on TikTok that says, I don't know, man. Having an overweight dog causes suffering for the dog, and the owners should be held responsible for neglecting their animals. All right. True. Look at Rufus. You see Rufus. Pinkston Churchill is not here today. Rufus is not overweight. He's a puppy. By the way, Rufus, his birthday is in 12 days. 12 days. Have I mentioned that? 12 days. In 12 days, he's going to be a year. He's going to be 1 year in 12 days. He's almost... Oh. My Pepperman is almost a year old. So his birthday is on December 18th. Oh, the Tainty Man is almost a year. They grow up so fast. The Tainty Man. All right. 1 year. 1 year. And then Pinkston's a year on the 23rd. They're 5 days apart. Yeah. Happy birthday, Rufus. Happy birthday, buddy. It's early. It's coming up. I just have to let everyone know. All right, overweight dogs. In other words, if you feed your dogs shit food, they're going to get fat or they're going to be unhealthy, just like a human being. If you feed them like dried ass fucking kibble with grains and soy and corn, like they're going to have the same issues as humans. That's why Papa Swolio is like 1,000 years old right now. It's just they keep on going. The dogs like will live longer, healthier lives, a better chance of it if you're feeding them real food. All right, this is called Overweight Dogs.
Just because a dog is overweight does not mean they are neglected. Oftentimes when people make this point, they are speaking to dogs who are overweight because of overfeeding.
Oh, you don't. How else does it happen? How else is it going to happen? Dogs just don't like get bigger for no reason.
But that is only one of the reasons why a dog might be overweight.
Oh, tell us.
For instance, certain medications and medical conditions will cause your dog to gain weight.
And if your dog is on medications and if your dog has medical conditions, it's probably from shitty food. If your dog is on medication, it's probably because of shitty food. Like dogs just aren't on medications from the start. People just don't look, everything is compressed in a dog's life, right? So if you're a human being and you eat like shit for 30 fucking years, you might still be able to turn things around for the most part. If you're a dog and it's been 5 years of eating like shit, that's like you multiply it by what? 5, 7? Like that's a long time. It's like, oh, my dog's 8 years old. It's like, well, you've been feeding it. Like that's like 50 fucking years in human lives, in human years. So if your dog is 3 or 4 years old, that's like eating shit for 30 fucking years. Okay. Just based on their lifespan, right?
And certain medical conditions or medications can make it really hard for dogs to lose weight, just like with humans.
Why are you on the medication? Could you eat like shit? God, that fucking hair.
And exercise is not always enough for a dog to lose weight.
Oh, God, you're getting stupider.
Diet and exercise is also not always healthy or possible. For example, my dog Freya. She's 11. She's an older girl. She recently had knee surgery and she's still limping from it. She also has arthritis in her front shoulder.
What do you feed her?
She also has many tumors on her body.
What do you feed her?
On her hip, in her stomach, and in her liver.
What do you feed her?
All of which make her look larger than she is.
What do you feed her?
But she definitely is a little bit overweight.
What do you feed her?
My dog goes to physical therapy every week.
What do you feed her?
Sometimes twice a week.
What do you feed her?
She does hydrotherapy on an underwater treadmill, as well as strength and core building exercises with
What do you feed her?
cavaliers and exercise balls, walking up and down ramps in a controlled manner, etc.
What do you feed her?
She also receives cold laser therapy because of her arthritis and because of her surgery.
Yo, this is what happens when you don't have kids. Holy shit, cold laser therapy? What the fuck? This dog gets better treatment. Whatever.
Has a lot of inflammation and pain, but
What
she can't take
do you feed her?
anti-inflammatories because she has tumors in her liver.
What do you feed her?
Every single day, me and my dog go for a walk, and even though she can only walk for about 15 minutes
What do you feed
without
her?
being in a lot of pain, she still gets to ride around in a stroller so that she is getting mental enrichment and engagement in her life.
Jesus Christ. What do you feed her?
We also do strength and core building exercises because I bought the equipment to keep at my house.
What do you feed her?
We also do stretches because keeping her body limber is very important.
What do
She
you
also
feed her?
receives enough calories for her body's size and weight.
What do you feed her?
Because I don't believe in starving my dog.
What do you feed her?
Many people would look at my dog's body size and make a snap judgment about my care of my dog and who I am as a person.
What do you feed her?
And that is fat phobia. That is deciding that fat is bad.
What do you feed her?
And having a fat dog makes you a bad person.
What do you feed her?
That they don't need to understand my history or my dog's medical conditions.
What
They
do you
don't
feed
have
her?
to understand anything about our situation. They have the right to make a moral judgment about who we are
What do you
and
feed
our
her?
relationship based solely on their perception of my dog's weight.
Last chance. What do you feed her?
That is fat phobia.
That's denial. Okay. Sorry to hear about your sick, tumor-ridden, like obese dog. You obviously don't take care of yourself much. You obviously don't feed your dog real food. Most people don't. And the reason why I'm saying that is there's a 99.9% chance that she feeds her some sort of like science diet shit. You know, oh, the doctor said she has to eat this kind of blah, blah, blah. And those things are garbage. Like they are absolute garbage. Your dog should be eating your food. It's food. It's like, oh my God, this is dog food. What the fuck is dog food? You know what dog food is? It's food you give your dog. Ground beef is dog food if you give it to your dog. A blueberry is dog food if you give it to your dog. It's food. Like our dogs eat what we eat. I don't necessarily eat like raw ground beef, but they do. I eat raw liver. I'll eat raw bone marrow and raw heart. Like if I'm making kefir, like they freak out. All three of them are like, "Ooh," and I'm like pouring some. They're on my shit until they get some. I give them kefir. I give them raw milk. I give them, they love it. They freak out. You know, Mama Solia makes jerky. If I take a piece of jerky out, Pinkston Churchill is there and she starts cooing. She sounds like Gizmo from the Gremlins. She'll stand up and put her arms down and stand on her back legs and go. She freaks the fuck out. Because it's just beef. We all eat the same shit in this house. That's the way it should be. Your dogs need real food. I'm sorry to hear about all the tumors and issues and arthritis. Papa Swolio's 18 fucking years old. You took her to the vet like last year or whatever it was, and the vet's like moving their arms. She's like, just maybe a little arthritis in the back legs, but not too bad. She's fucking 18. She's going up and down stairs. I'm taking her around like a campus that we have nearby. It's like dogs don't have autoimmune issues if you don't give them a reason to have autoimmune issues. Anyway. And of course, genetics. And the thing is with dogs, I will say, the thing is with dogs also, it's different too, because there's a lot of overbreeding. So you have more genetic issues when it comes to dogs. So you have like inbreeding and you have purebred dogs that are more likely to have certain issues. So certain dogs or certain breeds are more likely just genetically to have like hip dysplasia and things like that. So I'm putting that out there. So it's a little bit different with dogs, but not much in that sense, right? So in other words, would this dog need all these things? She didn't mention anything about what she fed the dog. And I'm just quite certain, considering she's on medications and this chick is blaming fucking racism for her dog being, fed garbage. I'm just assuming that, in other words, whatever her dog situation is, I think we could all agree it would be a lot better if you actually fed it well, which you don't. You just don't. I feed my dog enough calories. Fuck the calories, the nutrient, because not only you're getting probably too many calories, but you're also getting all the inflammatory responses from those foods. So your dog is like fighting off the food that you're feeding it. Terrible. All right, last one. This is called, I saw this on, what did I see this? I think I saw this on Libs of TikTok yesterday or something. I think I saw it on Twitter. I saw this somewhere and it was horrendous. Grammar and writing rules are based in white supremacy. Don't send your kids to public school.
What's in the box?
And certainly don't send them to college because they're being brainwashed. Don't think so? Check this out.
As an educator, I am constantly worried if I am part of the problem. What do I mean by that? Well, public education is an institution that upholds lots of problematic systems in our society, like white supremacy and misogyny and colonization, etc. In my role as an educator, I try to undermine that BS in my classroom as much as I possibly can. I teach high school English and the white supremacy runs deep. What do I mean?
Jesus Christ. 1, decaf. 2, it's always got to be some like middle-aged white woman with 18 cats. Now, those cats aren't in the video. I'm hitting that button. But holy shit, how many cats do you think she has? How many cats? Thank God she hasn't reproduced. I doubt she has, because who the fuck would want to bone that? Dick draft, anyone? Dick draft? Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it. Everyone's like, nope. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Oh, white supremacy. Ha ha ha. It's called a period, you cunt.
I teach high school English and the white supremacy runs deep. What do I mean by that? Well, let's look at how we write essays. Start with an introduction that includes a thesis.
Oh my God, the racism. Oh my God, the racism. Is it because it's black words on white? Is the paper white? The paper's white. Oh my God. The paper is white. You're making black words work on white paper. Why are black words doing all the work? Why can't they be white words on black paper? Jesus Christ. But my racism. But my racism.
Make me happy.
She's probably like a Barbie doll, just smooth. The paper's white. White, I tell you. Oh, and they're all bound together. All right, here we go. All right, Cobweb cunt continues.
How we write essays. Start with an introduction that includes a thesis. Always cite your sources. Use transition words like however and therefore. These are all made up rules. They're arbitrary. They were created by Westerners in power.
Does she understand about like writing and literature? Westerners? Does she know where like literature like came from? Like, does she understand, like, the history of humans and shit? Everything's a rule. I mean, it's so we, don't run each other over all the time with bicycles and cars. And I mean, something tells me there are like some books written in the Middle East at some point, right? Like there was some literature going on, like, in the eastern portions of the world, I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. But I think that's kind of where it's at.
Were created by Westerners in power. In linguistic justice, April Baker Bell calls this the language of respectability or the language of power. Which got me thinking, what if I started my school year with a unit honoring how we talk respectability?
Wait a second. Linguistic justice?
Keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Linguistic. All right, she's showing a book on the screen. Linguistic justice. Is that a black woman getting? What is happening in that image? Linguistic justice, black language literacy, identity, and pedagogy. Oh, God. Ew.
Language of power. Which got me thinking, what if I started my school year with a unit honoring how we talk rather than teaching students how to write properly? So this is the start of my series on teaching linguistics in high school.
Someone's not going to have a job. Tell me you're going to be unemployed without telling me you're going to be unemployed. Why would you post that online? Yeah. I'm not going to teach kids how to write. You definitely don't know how to speak or think properly. Holy shit balls, you're a retard.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
If there's ever a good use of that word, that, my friends, is a retard. I say, son, what the fuck you talking about, boy? All right, Tainty Magooch, we got a fucking swole card to give away, and my goodness, do we ever have a swole card to give away? Now, as always, we like to raffle these off, but we have some absolutely fucking amazing posts today. Guess who is not being a Tainty Magooch? We have a lot of new members to the fam that have seen amazing changes. But today's swole card, straight up, congratulations to our very own Derek.
Congratulations!
Absolutely ridiculous. Now, we had a lot of new people to the fam. A lot of new peeps. A lot of new peeps that have just joined and have made massive changes. But straight up, Derek is absolutely fucking slaying it and has been a part of the Swole fam for a hot minute. And the greater Swole fam. He's been listening to the show. He's been tuning in, plugging in, and commenting for quite some time. Derek is absolutely on a fucking roll. And huge shout out to everyone that posted amazing transformations today. Of course, we have a lot of people that lose tons of fat and change and then join the Swole fam. We have people that do it all completely inside the Swole fam, half and half. There's just so many people coming in all the time that are crushing it, and it's hard to not give everyone fucking Swole cards because everyone deserves it. But if you have not seen the beginning of today's show, you have to go and check out everyone's fucking posts. Absolutely amazing. Everyone's post was great today. It's fucking awesome. Super stoked. So Derek, send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2405 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. A big fucking congratulations. Derek crushing it. Don't be a Tainty Magooch. Everyone fucking crushing in the Swole fam. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you bang your ear holes.
I arrived in America's
We'll take some
airport
soundboard
with
requests
clothing,
right now. Let's go.
US dollars, and a jar of gypsy tears to protect me from AIDS.
Drop in the comments, fam. Pinch those nips. Little Tainty man. Aww, Tainty man. You're so tainty, boy. My Tainty man. We'll be back here tomorrow for another morning cast, hopefully. Try to get here early tomorrow. I love the morning swoles. Me too.
Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night.
How about I send you a hobo's dick cheese?
It's my tainty boy.
First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face! Loud noises!
You got it. Thanks for being here, fam.
A jelly donut?
He's on fire.
Now I know you'd love to just sit there and keep being not slim, but we gotta work a little today, okay?
Are there any women here today?
There are no more shenanigans, no more tomfoolery, no more ballyhoo.
we go. Gotta warm it up. Quick release. Oh, again. Undefeated. Over. Very nice. Piano cock. Undefeated. Thank you. Thank you. Far too kind. Famwise, we will see you tomorrow for episode 2406. Thanks for being here. Remember, use code HOLIDAY over there at papaswolio.com. 15% off all holiday merch. And, of course, use code Daily Swole across the page for 10% off. We have a brand new design. We got the Buzz Swole year. We have a lot of stuff for the holidays. Get your gifts to those Swole sluts in your life today over there. And if you have not yet joined the Swole fam, join us, swolenormousx.com. Fuck Your Resolution specials are live. And yesterday's accountability meeting, if you missed it, is available now in Swole TV. And it was fire. I'm telling you, go check it out. It was awesome. And reminder, the 29th of this month, 29th of December, we have our Swole New Year party. And like I said, I think it's 5 or 6 p.m. I think we'll probably do it at 5, but we'll narrow down the time. But 5 or 6 p.m. is going to be in the evening. That way people can attend. So we'll see you then. Thursday, December the 29th for the Swole Year release party, major releases and awesome throwbacks for 2022. A look back on all the amazing progress the Swole fam has made this year. So we'll see you tomorrow for episode 2406. Thanks for being here. Peace, McGeese, Deuce, Magoose, ya boy, Papa Swolio. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing, like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no Ali